always lean to your strength. That's very important. Of course, at the same time, you need to grow, you need to learn new skill and all. But imagine if I only think about, all those things that I'm not used to it, and I, drag myself down, I'm not going to go to where I am now.
Hey there, I am Dr. Jason Balara, and this is the Know Your Why podcast, where we explore the why behind success. Every week, I meet with real estate investors, veterinary entrepreneurs, mindset coaches, authors, and fitness professionals to uncover their why and how it drives them on the winding road to success. What is your why?
Hi, everyone. I'm Jason Balara, and this is the Know Your Why podcast. Today, I'm here with Dona Amelia. She's a globally recognized keynote speaker, executive coach, and leadership trainer with over 20 years of experience in high-performance leadership, resilience, and team excellence. She helps leaders and organizations elevate strategies, transform mindsets, and master impactful communication. So there are a ton of impressive accomplishments in your bio, but first I just want to say thank you for coming. Thank you for being on the show today. I'm not sure if you're on vacation, but I know that you're maybe not in your normal location. So thank you for being here and taking the time out. I'm super excited for this conversation.
Thank you, Jason. Happy to be here. It's an honor for me to be here with you today.
Awesome. Well, let's start with your story, your background. Tell us a bit about yourself. Tell us, kind of who you are and how you got to where you are today.
Thank you. So my name is Dona Amelia. I am originally from Indonesia, and then I live in Singapore for the last 7 years. Before Singapore, I live in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam, and of course, before that, I live in Indonesia. Back in Indonesia, my whole life is all about TV because I was a singer, actress, TV presenter in many, many movie series and also many TV programs. One of my TV program won 8-time Panasonic Gobel Awards when I'm gossiping people because that program is about infotainment. And then, yes, long story short, I found the love of my life. He took me for holiday overseas. And then until now, for the good 10 years, I am living abroad with my husband, and we are now leading the Executive Global Network in Singapore, Indonesia, Malaysia. Executive Global Network is the organization where senior executives can come together, discuss about their challenges in the safe environment, because we understand leaders are sometimes lonely at the top. That's a little bit about who I am.
Yeah, that's interesting. So a background in entertainment and now, kind of going into working with executives and they're, sort of at a leadership level. I think so. Tell me a little bit about kind of how you made that transition, how maybe on its surface, people might not think that those two things kind of go together, but I think what I tend to find with other guests is honestly, a lot of the skills from whatever past life we might have tend to translate into kind of the new ventures. So tell us a little bit about that transition and kind of, what that looked like for you.
Right. So actually, the transition is actually easy and not easy, I would say, right? Because I lean to what I am, let's say, my strength. But before we talk about the strength, of course, transitioning is not easy, right? So, for example, I always have a dream. When I was in Indonesia, when I was still in the showbiz, I would love to go global. And then I decided to, yes, let's move to Vietnam. And then I'm thinking, oh, maybe I can still do my TV presenting and then doing movie series over there, singing and all. And guess what? When I'm in Vietnam, I failed 100% in terms of wanted to be the TV presenter or an actress because I cannot speak the language. Very hard, right? But then yes, I'm thinking, okay, if this is not going to be my path, of course I'm sad and all, right? Because I built my career since I was 15 years old. And then, yeah, when I know that I cannot go to that path, I think I was thinking, what can I do that I can still utilize my strength? So I still do the singing. I sing and also make a collaboration with Miss Universe Vietnam back then. So she was the DJ and I'm the singer. So we collaborate, we create some songs together and an album and so on. And then I'm still DJing as well. After that, I also becoming a DJ. So then I won Female Global DJ Championship in 2018 and all. And then during that time as well, we moved to Singapore. And yes, I've been introduced to this company, Executive Global Network, where my husband also worked there. And then, yeah, I fall in love with this company or organization because of the culture, because of the value. I live by the value. So the value of EGN, why I like, is because it's a leader who still wanted to learn, regardless their title and all. They still want to help each other. They are very kind, very humble. So I feel like, wow, these people is amazing. They are up there. They are very kind and humble and want to learn. I want to be in this company. And guess what? When I first joined the company, I have no idea about PPT, words, Excel, bunch of those basic things for other people. But for me, it's like, holy crap, I have no idea what it is, you know? And
Yeah.
what I do is that, of course, you feel shy, embarrassed, and all. But again, I think this is what we also do at EGN a lot, is all about being vulnerable. So what I do is that I talk honestly, openly to my partner and to my team. I said, hey, I'm so sorry. I have no idea any of this. This is not my expertise. I've been working in Indonesia since I was in the senior high school, but it's all in the showbiz, right? So I have no idea about this. Please help me on that. And then again, I think the most important is for you to lean on your strengths. What is my strength? My strength is with people. I love making people happy through whatever I do in life, either me singing, acting, TV presenting, being DJ, now being a speaker, coach, or entrepreneur, whatever it is, simple. I love making people happy. I know how to please people in a sense that respect them, really make them feel special and so on. So that's my expertise. So at EGN, my role now is really, now I'm the co-founder as well, but in the day-to-day basis, what I do is to really create these meetings and webinar and events for all the senior executives to come together to talk about their challenges in the safe environment. And in 1 year, I need to create about 150 events and meetings for them. And that's my expertise because of my experience on TV, being TV presenter. So I know exactly what to do, how what the agenda looks like, what is a good content, how to find a great speaker, how to make a great basically agenda and events for the members of our company. So long story short, I think to answer your question is always lean to your strength. That's very important. Of course, at the same time, you need to grow, you need to learn new skill and all. But imagine if I only think about, all those things that I'm not used to it, and I, drag myself down, I'm not going to go to where I am now, right? So, yeah, to me, that's how I do, to really lean on your strength and bring it forward to what you are doing now.
Yeah, I think that's great advice. I think that it's very easy to get caught up in the things that we
Mm,
don't know or the things that we haven't
yeah,
done before, and sort of let them hold us back and say, "Oh, I can't do anything but what I already do now." And I think that happens in many careers. Many people think, "Oh, I don't really love doing this anymore," but what else do I know how to do? I can't go on. I can't go do something else. And so I think, like you said, if you want to try and make something like a transition like that, then leaning into your strength is very important. And your example, your life example, is a really great one. I think that's how people achieve big things in seemingly different industries, but realistically, what they're doing is using their own strengths in different
yeah,
industries. Um, you
exactly.
you mentioned you mentioned this the EGN is designed to help and support executives. And you said, said the words, it's lonely at the top. And I think it's it's a cliche, but kind of a true one. I think that it can, when you're trying to be an entrepreneur, or you have a business and you're trying to grow a business, it may be something where the people that you in your network already don't know about, or aren't doing, which is fine. But that's where it can get lonely, and you might not have anyone to talk about whatever struggles you're facing, or maybe even the wins. Sometimes people don't want to sometimes people don't want to hear about the wins. So is that kind of the idea? Is EGN a mastermind? How, I guess, talk about the structure of the company. What is, if someone's an executive and this sounds interesting, what would it look like for them?
So yes, indeed, it's kind of mastermind, just like what you said, indeed. So what we do is we gather the senior executive without any competitor in the room. Let's say 15, 20 people come to the meeting every second month for 4 hours, completely confidential. And again, no competitor in the room, just like what you said, because we want them to feel at home. They feel like comfortable, right? And the idea is the issue processing will be they will have the 2 hours for themselves to discuss about their challenges and then get feedback from their peers, basically. And that's what really needed, because maybe they cannot talk about their challenges in their own organization for whatever reason. Maybe hierarchy, maybe confidentiality, and so on and so forth, right? Of course, great if, let's say, that those senior executives have a mentor or a coach and all, but maybe not all have this kind of
Yeah.
private place for them to talk and so on. Now at EGN, we give them this opportunity to really talk openly within the similar seniority and level, because then they will really talk in the same language and the same frequency. And trust me, regardless the industry, in that kind of level, they will face similar challenges. And that's what we wanted to them to basically help each other. Because if I open up to you, Jason, hey, Jason, this is my current challenge, blah, 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 probably you've been there and you can tell me the do and don't immediately, right? So then I don't need to, like reinvent the new wheels or spend money or spend time and so on. So that's what nice about EGN, and being able to be part of this kind of like trusted peer network. So I think it's very much needed. Plus, the next 2 hours, they will also discuss about the topic, the trending topic. As you may imagine now, the trending topic is all the hoo-ha about these things, right, in the world. So yes, they will talk about that. And what's the implication of that in your organization? So for example, if they talk about the impact of AI. They will discuss, okay, in my company, this is how we do or how we implement AI. This is our challenges. This is what the best practices, for example. So then the other company will learn, right? So again, those knowledge sharing, it's really, really important, especially for you who are really senior executive and you don't have time because you are busy. Exactly, because you're busy, you need to really, really selective in how you're spending your time and network. You need to be able to network among people who can help you with your challenges, becoming your sparring partner, not only just to say hi and exchange, let's say, name card and all.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that sounds like a great structure. I like the idea of, sort of incorporating current events and how those are going to impact you and your business as a part of it. Because
Yeah.
if you're meeting and you're only discussing the challenges, that I think that's good, but probably in a lot of instances, people have faced those challenges and had to start to try to work through them. But if you're
Mm.
talking about, current events and how they're going to affect your business, you might actually be able to get out in front of some of that and be proactive about what challenges are coming, which I think is, as a high level executive or CEO or founder of a company, realistically, what you are is a problem solver. You're someone who needs to take the biggest, hardest challenges in that company and figure out how to solve them. And I think that's ultimately where having insight and experience from others would be really, really valuable in that process. the are these meetings in person, or are they like virtual meetings, or how does it work for people? It sounds like they're relatively frequent. Are so I'm wondering if people are all sort of traveling to one place, or is it done remotely?
So indeed, we do have all the peer group meeting is in person because of course nothing can beat the in-person interaction. However, of course, COVID teach us the lesson, right? That and also bring a joy of all this technology that is make us easy to connect. Yes, so all the meeting is in person, but we also do have the one that is virtual as well. So for those like our members who are traveling a lot, especially the members in Singapore, because it's a small little city state, right? They have to fly everywhere in the world. So yes, we do also have the virtual events for them as well. But we don't do any hybrid anymore. We only did hybrid during COVID just to cater the needs. But now we want them to really feel like, if you're in person, you are there, right? Like you really have those human interaction. While you are in the virtual situation, everybody also having the great experience because everybody are the same, right? So we don't want to have those different kind of feeling when one is really happily like in the room together, while the one in virtual maybe felt left alone and all.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and I think if part of the mission here is addressing some of the loneliness of high level executives, certainly
Mhm.
being in person is going to help. I think help the feeling of that a lot more than still being virtual. I mean, Zoom meetings, here we're not on Zoom right now, but virtual video type meetings like this are valuable and allow you to have a lot of conversations with people and things like that. But ultimately, I agree, it's hard to replace an in person meeting and actually kind of sitting with people, having a meal, talking about things that might be deeper than what you would come across on sort of a group Zoom meeting. So I like that structure a lot. What do you what do you see as the vision for yourself and your company? What's kind of the future hold?
I think especially now in the term of uncertainty is even needed to have this kind of professional peer network that you can lean on as as your sparring partner, as your partner that you can help each other out with their challenges, understanding what's going on in like many industries, and also yeah, basically try to navigate this uncertainty together. So I think the growth is, of course, now we wanted to strengthen Singapore, Indonesia, Malaysia. We see a lot of potential, especially in Indonesia, because we just opened for the like the last 2 years. And of course, Indonesia is a big country where I'm coming from. So yeah, we wanted to make it even bigger over there. Similarly to also Malaysia and also, of course, Singapore.
Okay. Yeah. So I guess if I'm understanding that correctly, you're just trying to expand, not necessarily completely globally. I guess that would be hard to do if you're completely in person. It would be uh, at that cadence. It would be hard to get all people together from all around the world. Which you know I'm sure that's a nice idea, but sometimes logistically uh, not achievable
Yeah.
to have that many people getting together at once. Um, well,
Maybe I
that's
can add on that, if you don't mind. So basically, EGN is part of the EGN Global. So our headquarters is in Denmark. We are very big in Europe. I am the co-founder of EGN in Singapore, Indonesia, Malaysia. And yes, indeed, in each country, we have our own basically entity. The reason is indeed, as you said, right? Like in the idea is very nice when we can, let's say, gather all people from across the globe together
yeah,
and then discuss about their challenges and all. Of course the idea is nice, but yes, logistically it's not that simple. That is one. Second, why we do it per country, it is because we want them to talk the similar language, meaning that if you gather people from, let's say, across continent or across Asia and whatnot, great for just maybe benchmarking, just understanding each other and all, right? But maybe you didn't speak the same law, because the law, let's say in Indonesia, is not the same with the law in Singapore or in Malaysia. But when they are together, all the senior executive, let's say in Singapore, they are under one umbrella. So again, they are speaking the same language. The challenges that they are facing also more or less will be the same under the same roof and under the same law. And that's why also we have this chapter in every single country.
Yeah. No, that I appreciate that explanation. I think it makes a lot of sense. I'm sure, you know, especially. I mean, I would. I guess what do I don't know. I don't know what it's like to operate a business in another country, but ultimately, I would guess that a lot of the some of those high level problems will be similar, but also a great deal of them are going to be regional and depending on your local government and whatever
Correct.
that political structure, socioeconomic factors, all of that are going to come into play and make it kind of a different, I guess, different set of questions. And even the piece about what ongoing um, current events are happening, they may be affecting different regions differently. So I guess that
Yeah.
does make a lot of sense rather than trying to have it be sort of worldwide. And although that sounds maybe nice on paper, we don't necessarily have the same issues and concerns to talk about. So it makes total sense that there would be sort of more local chapters. Great. Um, what about for you yourself? Is your vision to kind of grow within EGN? You have any other entrepreneurial ideas brewing? You may or may not want to talk about what's the future look like for you personally?
Well, to me, actually, yes, my whole life is the testament of, like adversity and then resilience, but then, happiness and all. So I guess now I'm in the chapter of my life where I wanted to really giving back to the community. That's why, I coming just a little bit about my background. I come from a very humble background. My dad was just graduate from university. My mom just graduate from senior high school when they have me, and they don't even have money to buy me milk. So I drink starchy liquid of rice instead back in Indonesia. My home is a bamboo house, no electricity, dirt floor. Basically, I need to even get the clean water from outside and all. So since early age, I know exactly my purpose in life is to make my parents happy, to bring them from poverty to have a better life. So then I have a dreams to becoming a singer and becoming the famous artist in Indonesia, because that's gonna make a lot of money, and also then I can help my parents, for example. So once I able to be the singer and I'm making album, then yes, my aspiration is I want to spread my wing to also be a singer, but also be an actress, and also TV presenter. I did that, and yes, I also wanted to be entrepreneur. Now I'm the entrepreneur. At this stage, I want to give back. That's why now I'm also focusing myself as a coach, but also as a speaker. Why? Because previously I was making people happy in many stages by being a singer, actress, TV presenter, and at EGN now serving all the senior executive. But now I want to touch many hearts as well through me speaking, basically. So that's what now my aspiration, because I want to spread this message that, regardless what your background, you can always reach your dreams, especially for people or a woman like me who came from, like, let's say a third world country, coming from nothing. But if I can go this far, everyone can do the same and even fly even higher than me. So I bring that mission, and of course, still to make people happy through whatever I do in life. So if I can add value from whatever experience I brought from my life to other people, I'm very grateful and I'll be very happy.
Yeah, that's amazing. And I think I always ask each guest as part of the name of the show is Know Your Why. I always ask each guest, what is your why? And I'm
Mm,
imagining that you just told us a little bit about it,
yeah.
but I'll pose that question directly. Kind of, Donna, what is your why? I'm sure that's some of it. I've talked a lot. Talked to a lot of guests, and I've experienced this myself, that sometimes our why changes over time, kind of evolves, and I think you just kind of it really said that pretty succinctly about some of the evolution of yours. But I do want to give you the chance to expand on that a little bit, if you want to say some more about your why and your vision, and what's driving you.
Yeah, so indeed, my why is very simple. As mentioned, when I was a child, I just want to make my parents happy, bring them from poverty to have a better life. That's it. So I work so hard night and day from when I was in a senior high school, when my dad first found my talent because I was singing in one of my family's wedding. Then my dad, oh my God, Donna can sing. Since then, he always give me encouragement that you have the talent. I might not able to give you anything, but I know that you will be successful. You will be able to help many people. You will be able to help your family, our family, and many other people. And of course, the road is not easy because 250 million people back then in Indonesia, and many young girls wanted to be in on TV all the time, wanted to be in the camera and all, and they're coming from, let's say, singing school or acting school and all. I have no background whatsoever and those things. I'm just having the support from my family, my mom and dad, and also blessing from God basically within my talent. There's so many moments that I was, like so embarrassed, feeling like I'm nothing compared to anyone else. I have nothing and so on. But I still remember this story and moment when my dad told me like this, and I still remember until now. He said, Donna, don't be shy or don't be afraid. You know what? Because every human being still eat rice because we are coming from Indonesia. So he said, nobody eating steel or diamond and all. It's the same. They eating rice. So it's okay. It's the same. Just show your talent. That's it. So, until now, that's really teach me a lot about like what is it life about. So I respect people equally, regardless if they are, like a helper or they are a president. I respect them the same way because of my dad. And also, I learned from my dad about resilience and never give up. I still remember when I was maybe 16 or 15 during my senior high school, he drove his old motorbike because he's a teacher, right? He heard that there is a filming happening near our hometown. And then in the pouring rain, he go with his motorbike, bringing my pictures, my photo, and then to just give to the producer. And then he said, "Oh, my daughter Donna, she can sing. Maybe she can act as well. Would you like to cast her?" And so on. And of course, immediately he get kicked out. He get rejected and all. He's, he said, of course. But then he told me, it's okay, Luna. It's okay. You can do many other things. And that's what made me really strong enough to face rejection. Because during my early life as a singer or actress or TV presenter, if I do a casting of 10 program, if I want one to be on TV every day. It's already great. So imagine like all those the setback and all. Now, what keeps me going all the time until now is really to have my purpose, and my purpose is the same: is to make my parents happy. Now, as you said, it's evolved. I start with wanted my to make my parents happy, and then I said I want to make my family happy, and now I want to make everyone around me happy. As simple as that. So if people ask me what business are you, Donna? I said actually I'm in the business of making people happy, because by making people happy I'm happy. So that's my why.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. I love that story about your dad. I think um, that is maybe a common theme in successful people is having some parents that believed in them and taught them kind of important lessons, like it doesn't matter if you get rejected. It doesn't matter if you get rejected 10 times. It really takes one success. It really takes one success to be kind of set yourself up for really life-changing situations. So I think that's just amazing. I love that story. So thank you for sharing that. Donna, when people hear this and they want to connect, what's the best way for them to reach out to you?
Sure, they can always reach out to me on LinkedIn. My LinkedIn name is Dona Amelia, Dona space Amelia, or Instagram Miss Dona Amelia, MissDonaAmelia, or Facebook also the same. So it's very simple.
Okay, perfect. Well, we'll put all the show notes in there, or put all of that in the show notes so people can find you and connect. And I love the mission of trying to make people happy. I think I have to imagine your parents are probably pretty happy with the way things have turned out for you. So I'm sure you've made them proud. Thank you for being on the show today. Thank you for sharing all that you did. I really appreciate hearing your story and your time and everything. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it so much. Thank you, Jason.
Yeah, absolutely. Folks listening, make sure you connect with Donna, and please like, rate, and review the show so we can get more great guests. And as always, thank you for listening.
Hey there, I am Dr. Jason Balara, and this is the Know Your Why podcast, where we explore the why behind success. Every week, I meet with real estate investors, veterinary entrepreneurs, mindset coaches, authors, and fitness professionals to uncover their why and how it drives them on the winding road to success. What is your why?